Hey math legends, come and join me to learn about subtracting using decimals. Now we're going to actually see if we can use written strategies to subtract to hundredths, and we're doing this because you're going to use it in real life again with things like measurements and money and other things like that. Now, there's lots of things that we're going to have to do to be successful if we're going to be subtracting with decimals. And the first part is actually making sure we set our sum out correctly. This makes sure that we line up all of our place values, but the easiest way to line it up is by using our decimals. Then we're going to always subtract from right to left. So we're going to work from the smallest house to the largest house. And if we have any missing place values, so we want to make sure both of our numbers are the same length, we're going to add in a 0. If I can't subtract because the top number is smaller than the bottom number, I'm going to use borrowing to help me. So I'm going to go to the next house and I'm going to take some to make the other house more than 10. I'll write my answer under the correct place value and keep it all in line. And I'm going to make sure that I put my decimal back in the answer. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as we move through. So I've got 77.25 take away 72.6. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set my sum out correctly and line up with the decimal. So I'm going to put my decimal down first. I'm going to get my biggest number, which is my first one. I'm going to go 77.25. I'm going to put my next decimal down and I'm going to line it up. So I'm going to put my 6 on that side and 72 on this side. You can see all of my place values are all lined up. I'm going to put my line down. Now you can see that my numbers, I don't have the same amount of numbers on the top line and the bottom line. So you can see here, I've only got one decimal place. So I'm going to put a 0 in to fill the gaps. Now, plenty of ways we can do it. I like to just put my decimal in straight away from the start. And if I put my decimal in straight away from the start, it allows me to forget about it. I just end up working out my answer exactly the same way I normally would without a decimal. So I'm going to go, put my decimal in and put my takeaway. 5 take away 0. Now, if I have 5, I take away 0. I have 5 left. I have 2 take away 6. Now, 2, if I have 2, here's my 2. I can't take away 6 from 2. I don't have enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 1 from the next house, which is my ones house, and I'm going to bring that 10 over to the 10th house. So I've now got 12 take away 6. Now 12 take away 6 is 6. Now I can go 6 take 2. I could do that. That's 4. And 7 take 7 is 0. Now I don't necessarily have to write that 0 down. I like to do it. It just makes me know that I've done that house. And I've left with 4.65. Well, let's try another one. We're going to set it out right. So we're going to put in our decimal spot again. Remember, if we put in our decimal first, it allows us to make sure that all of our numbers are lined up. So you can see what I've done there. I've put my decimal in first. Take away. I start from my right. I work my way to the left. So straight away, you can see in the first one, I've got 3 take away 9. 3 take away 9 cannot do, so I'm going to borrow 1 from this house. So it makes 13. 13 take 9 is 4. 3 take 0. Oh, geez, that's an easy one. And I put my decimal in. Now, this is a different way of doing it. So I work my way across, and when I get to the decimal, I add it in. I go to my next one. 2 take 7, can't do, so I'm going to get that as a 1, make that a 12. 12 take 7 is 5, and 1 take 1 is 0, so I'm left with 5.34. Okay, there's 2 here for you to do, so I want you to stop the video now, and I want you to go through them. Remember, make sure you use your decimal to line them up. If your sums don't have the right amount or the same amount of numbers, add some zeros in. Make sure if the top number is smaller than the bottom number that we borrow from the next house. Have a go, and I will be marking these in a minute. Okay, let's start with this one. We set it out. 16.7, I put the decimal in, 11.46, and you can see straight away that my top number doesn't have the same amount of numbers. So let's fill in that gap, take away, put in my equal sign. 0 take 6, I can't do it, so I'm going to put in a 6, make that 10. So 10 take 6 is 4, 6 take 4 is 2, and I'm going to put in my decimal. 6 take 1 is 5, and 1 take 1 is 0. So I'm left with 5.24. This one, I'm going to go 9.9, and I'm going to put my next number in, and I'm putting in my 0 across. I'm going to put 8, take 1, makes 3, and a 0. All right, well done, lads. Go through, keep practicing. Any questions, bring them to class.